school made an announcement one day at school that we were doing something with Lego. None of us had absolutely no idea what we were getting into. And we ended up building this wonderful robot.
None of us imagine how much pressure this can be, having a whole team on his shoulders.
It's the most exciting thing I've seen in a long time. These kids are fantastic.
You can feel the excitement, the thrill of competition, the enthusiasm of being part of the team. That's what the National First Competition is all about. Varsity excitement on the challenging academic playing field.
This is probably the most intense thing any of these kids have ever done. The amazing thing, though, is they are still such good sportsmanship about it. It's unbelievable. It's intense.
What's so intense is fast becoming the hottest game in town. It's called the FIRST Competition. FIRST stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. And its mission is to inspire students to learn about science and technology by having them compete against other teams from around the country in a national championship held each year at the ultimate site for stimulating science and technology, Walt Disney World's Epcot. The FIRST Competition challenges students, with the help of engineers and scientists from local businesses, to design, build, and test their own machines to compete against other schools and communities in an exciting and dramatic arena of intense competition.
Unbelievable David and Goliath story. We're a small company. We only have 55 employees. Some of these teams are bigger than our whole company.
Each team receives the same package of parts from which to create their own machine. The engineers will help with the more complex parts of the design process, but it's the students that get the fun of creating and building their own machine for the competition, all in 6 weeks.
You see what we have right here? Every single scoring device, everything we have was developed by a student crew.
We have the students involved in cutting, welding, they do some lathe work.
After weeks of designing, building, and testing their machines, teams compete in regional qualifiers with hopes to travel to Orlando to compete in the Nationals held each year at Walt Disney World's Epcot. The event is televised on ESPN and has all the excitement of the best in sporting events, with one big difference.
I want to win because I want everybody to see that we have the best machine.
A significant part of the FIRST competition is the participation of local businesses in the community to sponsor the students with time, materials, and talent. National corporations help with hosting regional qualifiers, sponsoring the national championship, and in supplying starter materials for the teams.
We obviously need young new engineers to keep the lifeblood of our company going, and so we got involved as a sponsor, and of course Dean Kamen has an infectious way of getting us all attracted to this.
The fact is we now live in a country where there isn't enough wholesale presentation to kids that being intelligent is not only important, it's essential.
Becoming a corporate sponsor or participant in FIRST not only creates new opportunities for the youth of America, it also has rewarding personal paybacks for the sponsors.
The biggest kick is watching these kids and watching how they've grown and developed and matured. And I had a number of parents that last year just thanked me for, we've changed these kids' lives.
The FIRST competition brings communities together to create, develop, and apply skills and talents not only for the national competition, but for life.
I started realizing how important these years are for my later years. That, I need to work hard now and I need to get my life on track if I want to do anything.
Next year's FIRST competition is gearing up right now. Will your team be there at Epcot for the championships?
Putting these giant companies together and putting them in FIRST, which I'd like to think is the Olympic Committee of Smarts. It's the NCAA of technology. We're saying do for science and technology what you did for other things. Create demand among kids, and the rest of it will follow.
If you'd like to learn more about participating in the FIRST competition, contact the FIRST Foundation at 1-800-871-8326 or through the internet.